You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Authorities have arrested a man involved in a Mahanoy City shooting back in October. 36-year-old Santonio Pierre Malone, who previously lived in Shenandoah and Mahanoy City, was at the scene of the shooting in the 100 block of East Center Street back on October 24th. When Pennsylvania State Police investigated the shooting, 2 men were found with gunshot wounds, and 1 died. Malone was charged with fatally shooting 33-year-old Juan Carlos Romero, as well as shooting and critically injuring 29-year-old Alorfi Vladimir Ramirez outside of the Our Music 21 lounge at 128 East Center Street. An arrest warrant for first-degree murder was put out for Malone, as authorities were unsuccessful. He was located by the USMS Fugitive Task Force at a home in the 1600 block of Gregory Avenue in Memphis, Tennessee. The new installation of 5G is causing issues between major U.S. airlines and cell phone companies. Airlines and pilots are raising concerns about the new technology, which could disrupt flight systems and cause catastrophic damage. Cell phone providers and airlines went head-to-head with these fears, resulting in the White House stepping in to control the situation. As a result, AT&T and Verizon will run 90% of their 5G wireless networks as planned. However, cell towers located within a 2-mile radius of busy airports will be turned off to combat interference with cockpit systems that help pilots land in bad weather and low visibility. A wanted woman was arrested on drug charges during a traffic stop in Berwick. Police pulled over 41-year-old Tammy Lee Groats in the 1700 block of North Mulberry Street back on January 13th. She had several warrants out for her arrest, including possession of drugs and failure to appear in both Luzerne and Carbon County courts. Groats allegedly gave officers a false name during the traffic stop and was found to be in possession of 151 packets of suspected fentanyl, meth, drug paraphernalia, and over $300 cash. She was taken into custody by Berwick police and transferred over to the Hazleton Police Department's narcotics detectives. She was arraigned and taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $7,500 bail. The White House initiated a soft launch Tuesday for its new website, where people can order free at-home COVID-19 testing kits. Officials with the Biden administration said the website was in the beta testing process. Although it was operating at limited capacity on Tuesday, more than 750,000 Americans were accessing it. The website was officially launched earlier today. Interested individuals can visit covidtests.gov to access a link to an order form through the U.S. Postal Service, where they're allowed to order 4 at-home tests per household. President Biden previously announced that the U.S. would purchase approximately 500 million at-home tests paid for by private insurance companies. He said last Thursday that the U.S. will increase its order to 1 billion tests to help keep up with the increased demand. The White House also announced that the tests will typically take 7 to 12 days to ship through USPS. The City of Wilkes-Barre's Health Department will be conducting a drive-through antigen testing site tomorrow at Wilkes University. Residents can visit the site from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Thursday in the parking lot of the Henry Student Center, which can be accessed from South Franklin Street. The site will be open again on Thursday, January 27th and Friday, January 28th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. A water boil advisory is in effect for residents of Auburn in Schuylkill County. The advisory is a result of a water main leak near the intersection of Bear Creek and Pine Streets in the borough. Residents are being encouraged to boil their water until further notice. State Senate approved a bill that'll be of aid in missing persons cases. The new proposal would make Pennsylvania the 11th state where law enforcement can obtain and submit DNA samples of missing persons or unidentified remains to a secure database along with state police. The samples would then go to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System. 600,000 people go missing every year. Some return home, while others do not. That being said, the bill would enhance the search of finding fugitives, keep a close eye on criminals, and revisit old cases. It would also give hope to those who want answers on their missing friend or family member, and provide authorities with a crucial tool as well. PSP Troop N Hazelton's bringing back Camp Cadet this summer, and Wyln's Mackenzie Ocker has the details.
If you are interested in the 2022 Troop N Camp Cadet program, the application process is now open. Applications are being accepted now through March 31st and are ready for pickup in Troop N State Police locations in Hazelton, Bloomsburg, Lehighton, Fern Ridge, and Stroudsburg.
Our 2022 Camp Cadet program reopening after a couple years of cancellations due to COVID, so we're excited to get the program back and running for our youth in the area.
Those that are interested need to reside in the Troop N area, which includes Lower Luzerne, Monroe, Carbon, and Columbia counties.
Our Camp Cadet this year with a couple changes. Normally it's from 12 to 14 males and females. This year we're going to increase it to 12 to 15 to try to accommodate some of those individuals that were impacted by the cancellation and would have been a little too old to be able to attend this year.
The camp will be held at the Penn State Hazelton campus and will run July 17th through July 22nd. Accepted cadets will live at the camp for 6 days under the supervision of state and local police officers and will learn about law enforcement activities in a state police training school environment.
I think it's a very rewarding and challenging opportunity for young people. It gives us an opportunity and them to interact with law enforcement and see some of the training and most of all the resources that we have available to protect them.
You can also put in an online application for the camp at troopncampcadet.com. Reporting in Hazelton for Wyln News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thanks, Mackenzie. Coming up on Wyln News, Dr. Oz and his Old Forge campaign stop, plus Hillside SPCA's latest addition to House the Hamsters. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hey, do you want to go to Snowman? It's going to snow lots tomorrow. Thank you.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
U.S. Senate candidate was scheduled to make a campaign stop tonight in Lackawanna County. Dr. Oz will be in Old Forge tonight at 7 in the Arcaro and Janelle. Dr. Oz recently announced that he will run for an open seat in the U.S. Senate as a Republican. The Hillside SPCA in Pottsville will be getting a new addition to house rabbits and hamsters. Though most of the animals at Hillside are dogs and cats, they also have 6 to 10 rabbits at any given time, most of which come from cruelty cases. Construction of the new 24 by 9.5 foot addition that's being built onto their existing small dog building began back in early October, and the animals should be moved in by the end of the month. The addition will cost about $30,000 and is being supported by donations and existing shelter funds. Donations are still being accepted by PayPal on the shelter's website, Facebook page, or by sending checks to P.O. Box 233, Pottsville, PA 17901. Our Wyln sports crew is already gearing up for its next 2022 high school basketball game. We kick off with some live Cougar Wolfpack action tomorrow, January 20th, when the ball is in Wilkes-Barre's court for the girls' matchup against Hazleton. Get your favorite fill of Marty Burns and our Wyln sports crew, bringing you the event, not just the highlights. No plans tomorrow night? No problem. Got some? Well, cancel them. Instead, tune in for the 7:30 tip-off and all the live local action right here on Wyln TV. Coming up on Kistland's News Choice, we bring back child development on this Wellness Wednesday. Plus, leading the way, part 3. Stay with us.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on Wyln TV 35.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the midday WYLN News update, posted between noon and 2 p.m. Powered by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, the all-new emergency room at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is nearly double the size. Our updated facility features all private rooms, the latest technology, and a quicker, easier check-in process. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, your partner in ER care. We all need a midweek pick-me-up, and WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Wednesdays. All our good news stories will be printed in the WYLN TV Pennies Classified Good News Bulletin, distributed throughout the community and digitally posted on WYLN News Facebook page and on our website. If you have good news to share, contact us to be featured in our special Good News edition. Good events, good people, good jobs, all good news.
Welcome to Community View here on WYLN. I'm Julia Wiegand, and today is Wellness Wednesday, thanks to our friends over at Lehigh Valley Health Network. Today, once again, we are at the Health Center at Mountaintop with LVPG pediatrician, Dr. Bhumi Patel. How are you?
Good, thank you for having me.
Of course. So today, we are going to be diving into what normal child development looks like, what to be on the lookout for otherwise, and if so, what therapies to seek and how everybody can help. So, Dr. Patel, what does normal child development look like over the years as age progresses?
So normal childhood development is broken down into different categories that we monitor closely in the first year of life, which is why we have these patients come every 2 months, every 3 months, up until year of age, and then we do every 6 months. And then development's broken down into their cognitive skills, which covers like their speech development, their gross motor and fine motor skills, which kind of covers more into like their physical movement, and normal varies by age.
Now, what should a parent or guardian seek at home if they start to see that their child may not be going on that normal path, the direct path from there?
Mm-hmm. So at every well child visit, we discuss what their child should be meeting as far as different development milestones. And if I see in the office, my partner see in the office, or the parents are stating, hey, my child hasn't started walking by a certain age or crawling by a certain age, that's when we get concerned.
And now when it comes to normal childhood development, this can kind of appear, does it usually appear the younger the child is, or can it appear at any point in time?
It can appear at any point in time, but the younger the child is, we get more concerned because we want to catch it early, get them into therapy early so it doesn't create problems for them later in life.
And you touched on some of the things that your office, for example, would check on and do. What are those exams per se?
All right, so starting in the newborn period up until, from when they leave the newborn nursery up until the first month of life, we're doing full body exams, but something I'd be worried about in a 4-week-old baby is just if that baby's able to turn head from side to side. It's very common for these babies, because of the way that they were in the uterus, to have what we call torticollis, or stiff neck, where they don't turn their head to both sides because the muscle might be tighter on one side. So we make sure that when we see them in the office for that, first week or first month appointment, that the baby is able to turn their head on both sides. If not, we give parents, massage therapies or physical therapy ideas that they can do at home. But if it is truly that severe, then I would refer to physical therapy already at 1 month of age.
And along those lines, what types of therapies are out there when it comes to speech or physical therapy for a child who might be showing signs that they may be somewhere on the autism spectrum or things of that nature?
Mm-hmm. So again, like at 1 month, we worry about torticollis. By like 6-7 months, we worry, is this child sitting without support? Can the child sit by themselves? By 9 months, we want child to be crawling up until, 12 months. By 12 to 15 months, we want to make sure that he or she is walking. At around 9 months, 18 months, 30 months, and 2 years, we screen children for autism spectrum disorder, which again covers like the developmental milestones I mentioned, the speech, the gross motor, the fine motor. And if during our screening there's any red flags, then we would refer them to early intervention, but also physical therapy and speech therapy. Studies have shown that the earlier we get these students into therapy, the better they do.
So what is a message that you have to parents or guardians out there that are thinking about having children or are starting to see maybe that their child isn't developing in those milestones that you were speaking of?
So one of the issues definitely we've been seeing now, especially with coronavirus and COVID, is a lot of parents missing these milestone appointments. So definitely, if you can, try to make it to every well child exam appointment, because that's where we really monitor their gross development, their motor skills, their speech development. And then at every visit, we let them know anticipatory guidelines. By the next visit, your child should be doing this. So you want to monitor that. Especially with speech, I tell my parents at least by when the child is 2 years old, they should have 50 to 100 words in their vocabulary. By 3 to 4, we're looking at 1,000 words. By school age, we're looking at 1,500 to 2,000 words. So if you're definitely noticing that by 2 years of age, they're only saying mama, dada, hi, bye, that's concerning to me. And so that's when we would refer to speech therapy.
And with all those therapies, parents and guardians, this isn't the end of the world. It's here, it's going to be, so there are plenty of options out there to help their child grow.
Right, exactly. And I tell my parents, we're going to partner together, we're going to work with you. I mean, it does not mean that there's anything wrong with child, it does not make you a bad parent. That's why we're here. We're here to help you, and we're going to get you through this.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Patel, for squeezing us in today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
And thank you, everybody watching out there. Remember, parents, guardians, if you start to see some signs at home or during the appointments where your child may not be developing on that normal milestone path that Dr. Patel was talking about, don't sweat it. There are plenty of options out there to make sure that your child gets the therapies and the education and treatment and whatnot that they do need to continue to grow. That's it for this Wellness Wednesday in Community and You. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
at 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Hello, and tune in soon for our Let's Talk Chiropractic. This week we have a wonderful show with Denise, who's pregnant. She's due in about a week, and we'll show you how chiropractic is safe for pregnancy and anyone can do it. It's a wonderful time here.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Amilcar Arroyo's leading the way into part 3 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Amilcar Arroyo. Amilcar, for those who may not know, explain the role you play as president and editor at your newspaper and what it actually takes to put the newspaper together.
Sure. My enterprise is one-man enterprise, so very much I do everything I do on my own. But editor is find the news, do the interviews, I do the sales. When I do an interview, I have to do in English, translate into Spanish. I have a graphic designer, so he put all together. He does the layout of the newspaper. It's a job that I enjoy. I enjoy it, give me the chance to know a lot of people.
So you do a lot of the work. I
mean, yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. What changes have you seen in the Hazleton community throughout the past few decades?
Oh, for the last 20 years, Hazleton changed a lot. Just the diversity is one of the biggest points and numbers. Census 2000, 1,000 Latinos. 2010, 10,000 Latinos. And 2020, we passed 20,000 Latinos in Hazleton. That's a big change.
It is a big change, yes. Can you tell us about the role you play as community advocate and volunteer?
Sure. I remember when I was here alone, and I get a lot of help from Anglo people. Mm-hmm. So when I saw more newcomers here, they don't know the language, I tried to help them in English and in Spanish. I tried to teach them how we live here, to respect the law, to follow the rules, and I try to help both communities to call to one community and work together.
Work together, great, that's great. Check back tomorrow night as Amilcar continues leading the way into part 4 of this week's segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.